It's a bit of both. So you're right, we're still seeing growth over the next couple of years, despite mounting headwinds, both domestic and global. But I think the fact that the UK economy is set to grow at its weakest rate for about a decade next year is concerning. And particularly at a time when when a potential new government is looking to boost government spending quite significantly over the next couple of years. That against a backdrop of a slowing economy is quite concerning, because you see the impact on tax receipts, that sort of thing.
Hang on, British Chamber of Commerce have told us many times, you and Dr. Marshall and others have told us how important it is for the government to step in if business investment pulls away, how we need investment in infrastructure, how we need investment in education, health, what have you. That's a good thing, the government stepping in, whoever it is, whether it's Labour, Coalition or the Tories.
Well, public spending can boost the economy, but it depends what you spend that money on. So I think what we've been talking about is spending more on helping support the UK economy. So investment, for example, investment in capital expenditure, roads, railways, that sort of thing. Providing incentives to boost other parts of the economy, such as investment, such as trade. Our concern is with some of the policies that are being announced is how that's going to be funded over the long term.
What are they spending money on they shouldn't be?
Well, what
are they promising to spend extra money?
Well, what we've said is actually to get the balance better than many are suggesting. So what we're saying is that if you invest in some of the areas that grow the economy, such as business investment, such as infrastructure, what you do is you broaden and widen the tax base, which means spending on other stuff becomes more sustainable over the long term.
Just a final question for you. Sorry, we've got you for a bit. So, if Labour puts UK tax rates up to the highest level in the OECD, is that a good or a bad thing for the UK economy?
Well, corporation tax in particular is something that's been debated quite strongly across business communities across the UK. But in many ways...
Sorry, could you answer my question? If Labour puts the tax rate up to one of the highest levels, which they promised to do, I believe it's 26%, correct me if I'm wrong, to one of the highest levels in the OECD, is that a good or bad thing for the UK economy, business, private sector?
Well, it depends what else you do with the tax system for businesses.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing?
So, well, what we've
putting taxes up from 19% to 26% for businesses will create more jobs for them.
Well, it's actually looking at the broad tax system that businesses have to face, because if you do, for example, limit action on corporation tax, the front-end tax, what we've often talked about, what hurts UK businesses in particular, is upfront taxes such as business rates. So actually, if you take away from one end and rebalance your tax system elsewhere, such as taking action on business rates, that's much more effective for UK businesses in particular.
UK business also wants certainty. And one of the pledges is to get Brexit done from the Conservatives. Does that make a difference if we have certainty come the outcome after the 12th of December? Would that be good news for business, even if it is a cliff edge scenario come 11 months, 12 months time again, when we have an issue around whether there's a trade deal with Europe or not? So how do you feel about what the different scenarios are for business around Brexit?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, after the 12th of December, a lot of the uncertainties that business are facing will still be there. And I think another challenge is one thing to say, get Brexit done, another thing to get it right. I think that's a concern for businesses that over next year in particular, that whoever's going to come into number 10 come Friday is not being realistic about some of the challenges that the UK may face around negotiations over the next year. And they could be a Conservative Party ruling out sort of that extending the transition period could leave businesses with quite a significant cliff edge end of 2020. What we've seen this year, although we didn't go over the cliff edge, we've seen the impact on having a rolling cliff edge on an investment and business activity more generally.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.